On our journey through the centers, we have now reached the G center. The G center, also known as the identity center, is located right below the throat center and is the center responsible for love, direction, and identity. The G center contains what's called the magnetic monopole, which is the part of your design that attracts into your life experience things that become part of your life story. It's a component that stays consistent throughout our lives and pulls us towards our destiny. The G Center is known as the seat of the soul and is all about guiding us on our unique journey. The defined G Center represents a fixed and reliable sense of self, meaning that you have a consistent self image and feeling of lovability. You also have a consistent sense of identity and direction in life, and you may have a clear sense of purpose, knowing instinctively what you want and where you're heading. The energy from this center offers a sense of self love and self direction, enabling people to project this love out into the world and radiate a sense of self assured identity to those around them. Those with a defined D center may find that their direction in life is less influenced by the people around them. They may have a more stable sense of self and direction and are less likely to be influenced by other people. However, it's also important to note that this doesn't mean necessarily that they always know exactly what they want or where they're going. Rather, they have a consistent and reliable way of figuring it out. When you're deeply connected to this center, you have the capacity to comfort those who are feeling lost with their own sense of self. And it gives you the possibility to point out new directions, new relationships, and similar to other people. Someone with a defined T center might be identified as someone with a strong identity. And these people might give statements like, I am who I am, because there's a certain amount of fixed direction for them. And the defined T center has its own interesting challenge. It's not so much questioning lovability the way that the open T center does, but rather these people might question themselves if they can be accepted for who they are, or if it's okay for them to be who they are. Because there's not much flexibility here, the defined T center cannot change who they are, so they oftentimes wonder, especially if they have experienced any kind of trauma or criticism in life or experiences that have been hurtful, if they can really be accepted for who they are. People with an undefined G center can be more adaptable and flexible in their identity and direction. They may find that their sense of self and purpose changes depending on their environment and the people they are with. While this adaptability can be a strength, it can also lead to a lack of consistency and a tendency to lose oneself in relationships or environments that aren't healthy. Someone with an open G center can have created a lot of shame around the changeability of their life path and their direction in life, simply due to the judgment of how the open G center works. They have often been judged because they can't pick one thing and stick with it, sometimes being told by others that they should stick with one job or one career throughout their lives. An open G center provides a person with the ability to see things from many perspectives, as their sense of self and direction can be more fluid and changeable. And it allows a person to fit in many places and adapt to various situations. However, it can also be challenging because it may result in feelings of uncertainty about who they are and what direction they should take in life. The truth is that there is no one life path. The purpose of life is to explore the boundaries and the edges of the story that you are living. Life direction is not about what you do, it's about who you will be or who you are becoming. So it's important to understand that there is no wrong direction, there is only exploration. The open D center can get lost because when you have an open D center, you're taking in everybody else's direction, everybody else's identity, and to sort through all of that input and try to figure out which is the one direction the one place, the one way of being, the one identity that is yours can be quite tricky. So obviously, you still want to navigate through life according to type, strategy, and authority. But in conjunction with that, if somebody has an open G center, they have another place of alignment, which is called geomagnetic alignment. Somebody with an open G center, for their life to click, for the opportunities to show up, for the things to respond to show up, for the invitations to show up, for the right alignment with their creative flow to show up, they need to be in a place that feels right, with people who feel right. And that rightness is oftentimes defined as feeling like you're home. So for the Open G Center, you not only need to follow your strategy and your authority, you also have to be living and being in the right place. And that right place or right people can change throughout your life. Your environment is very important since this open center will reflect and amplify anyone you come in contact with. And with an open G center, if you walk into a restaurant and it just doesn't feel right, don't eat there. It's not the right place for you. If you take your car to the repair shop and you walk into the place and it doesn't feel right, don't get your car fixed in that place. That sense of rightness, of being in the right place, is really crucial for things to click in a good way for somebody with an open G center. And this geomagnetic alignment is a great additional navigation tool to help you out when you have an open G center. If you have an open G center or undefined G center, you might feel the urge to have a fixed sense of direction or self. Just know that the strength of your openness is your ability to sample many roles and energies in life without being defined by them. And this is naturally how you cultivate your wisdom within the center. Just like an open or undefined throat center could cause you to struggle for recognition and attention, an open or undefined G center can cause somebody to question their lovability. So instead, allow love to come to you because your worth is not defined by the roles that you play in life. They're simply an expansion of you. And the right people and the right places will lead you to the right opportunities. The not self theme of the G Center is to be fixated on finding love and direction. So try and ask yourself the following question: am I looking for direction and love? If the answer is yes, then start to look at your current situation. Are you currently in the right place with the right people? If the answer is no, or you can optimize and make the situation or environment even better for yourself, how would you go about doing that? The result of being in the right location with the right people means that the initial questions surrounding direction and love will naturally become less important because you will be in the energy of people who are right for you. And just by being there, greater opportunities for having experiences related to love and direction will naturally present themselves to you, diminishing the need for you to go and look for them in the first place.